too.
Yeah.
So now, this is what year are we at Koh Yao Noi? So you're getting you go to the Maldives with the Prince of Morocco.
Yeah.
And from there, now you're coming back to Koh Yao Noi again?
So sort of what happened then was they sent me then to coach in Oman and Dubai. I'd done that for 90 days. I went home to Liverpool for maybe a few weeks, and then I come back here on a 6-month contract. I was supposed to be here November until April.
Same with Six Sense.
Yeah, with Six Senses. So I was coming back, same thing, contract November to April, and then I was going to move. So November 2019 to April 2020. Now we all know what happens in that time period. I was supposed to come back and then go to Six Senses Ibiza. Done 3-4 months. The world stopped. COVID happened. In that time again, I was really starting to find my feet with Six Senses and understand what I needed to do to progress myself forward individually and as one of their team members as well, I'll say. So we moved forward. COVID happened. So I was basically on Koh Yao Noi from November until August. So it's a long period of time. It's like 9 months, 10 months. And, you know, everywhere become quiet. It was crazy quiet. So Koh Yao Noi was, again, it become for me too quiet. So if you left the island, you couldn't return. There was no food left on the island. There was literally a boat coming with food every day. And we were like, okay, what's for food today? Like, it become bad. And I was looking at my family own a gym. It was all closed off, so I could still do bits of fitness. But it was the best place to be for me until it was possibly the worst place to be. It's like there was nothing. And I was in a relationship at the time. Me and my girlfriend at the time moved over, and we come over to Phuket. We actually split up. And that's when I really started to find my feet. So it was August 2020, I come over to Phuket. And honestly, I come over to Phuket. You obviously know my story up to that point. I had zero money. Zero. I had no money at all. I was dependent on government loans that were coming in from England at the time because I was still paying my tax there. And wow, I went and lived in Katu. For those of you who don't know, Katu is one of the cheaper places to live in Phuket, right in the center of the island. And I think I was paying like 5,500 baht rent, which is around $150. And I couldn't afford a gym membership. One of the reasons why I come over, I'm sort of going to go back to soccer now, football now, is I played in a football tournament just over. There was nothing to do. I played with the locals, and I'll brush over that quickly. As I done well in the tournament. I went from being the small kid playing with the big boys who in Liverpool I was getting elbowed off the ball, and to being the big boy with the smaller boys. So it was a crazy transaction. So I come over, maybe getting back into football, and a lot of uncertainty, didn't know anyone. I was paying like 60 to 80 baht for a football session with the Thais, a game, and I was going to find like 20 baht cups of coffee and 40 baht gym memberships and like rustic side seat gyms, and I was on the bones of my ass, as I like to say. And you know, I'm starting to meet like a couple of the lads, and I'm very, very fortunate. So I meet my friend called Nick. He owns PCA Thailand, and he was one of the first people I met. And then I go into meet like Ad, Sammy, these type of people, and they sort of changed my life and my perspective because they were just like me, living in this different country. And yeah, we begin to move forward. So I started training in Tiger Muay Thai 2021 or January for about 3-4 months. Honestly, I'd made a bit of money online PT, and I was building my online fitness coaching, doing like fat loss, muscle gain, and nutrition for people. And I started training, but at this point, I've gained a bit of weight now. But at that point, I was like 73 kilos. I was really, really slim. And I was really slim because I couldn't afford to eat or train. It's like I couldn't afford it. It was what it was. So I'm now in the classes when I'm training with like a couple of fighters and stuff. And it was really, at that point, I'd followed UFC. We used to stay up and party and watch UFC all night and stuff like this. So there's a couple of faces who were new, and I was like, whoa, there's such and such. And, you know, I'm still that Liverpool lad at heart, really. And yeah, crazy. So what I wanted to stand out in some sort of way. Again, I'm going to do stuff to extreme. And Coach Cobes was head of fitness at the time, and head of S&C, and doing a great job there. So I wanted to put myself under his radar. So some of the classes, my ego was trying to beat some of the fighters, not in any way, just in like a run or in like a strength feat to show that, you know, I'm on par with athletes in certain ways.
If you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.